Okay, welcome to another kettlebell workout. Today's exercises, for today's exercises, you'll need a single bell and body weight. We'll go 3 to 5 rounds as always, and exercises usually you can pick anywhere from 30 to 40 seconds for them. Rows and things like that you can always drop down to 20 seconds. So go over the exercises real quick in order, and then we'll demonstrate how you're going to do the exercises. So thruster to kickstand row will be on the same side of the body, and then you'll switch to the other side, you'll do a thruster and then a kickstand row. Exercise number 3, and those are both kettlebell exercises. Exercise number 3, body weight plank shuffle. Exercise number 4 could be with or without weight, but it's a single leg deadlift. We'll do that on each side. Number 5, you're going to need a kettlebell for a 2-hand start-stop swing. That could be a little bit heavier kettlebell, as always with swings. Number 6 and 7 are combo exercises. Do a get-up, sit-up. We'll do a alternating pike raise, and then we'll do get-up, sit-up on the other side of the body. Lighter bell for your get-up, sit-ups. Lunge jumps will be exercise number 8. You can do those with or without weight. Number 9 will be a mountain climber, and then we'll finish with a set of push-ups. So the first exercise with thrusters, we want to get a bell that we can push overhead and sustain a good lockout with, something that's not too heavy, but something that challenges our legs and our pushing muscles. So it's going to be in the rack position, wrist is nice and deep into the handle as always. Elbow stays nice and tight to your rib cage when you're doing thrusters, especially as you drop down. It's real common that people will let this elbow float off. You lose a lot of tension in your abdominals, and if that's happening, just get a lighter bell with something that you can maintain tight in your rack position. It's fine to bring your other hand across. I do that a lot as well. So we're going to inhale into our squat, push your knees out, exhale up through your press. Your breathing is very important on your thruster. Also, your timing and being fluid in this exercise, in my opinion, is also very important. So we're going to bring it back down. As soon as it's right back to our rack position, it's going to indicate dropping into another squat. Inhaling, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So after your 30 seconds on your thruster, you're going to keep the bell on the same side of the body. That leg's going to kind of get off the ground to a kickstand stance, as it's called. So your back heel's elevated, your calves flex, your quads flex, your hips are back, your chest is up, your back is nice and flat. Your quads, this rowing side leg will be slightly back behind your front leg. But it's really the stance that's the challenge in this. We can do this unsupported with our hand off, or we can put the hand underneath, but we're just going to bring this bell straight up. And it's, again, just holding that position is the tough part. So on rows, you can typically do a 20-second set. If you feel good, you can do 30. Okay, so after our kickstand rows on this side, we're going to switch hands with our bell, and then we're going to hit a good thruster on the other side. Inhale into it, exhale up and out. And then you're going to drop that same side leg back into your kickstand position, where we'll do our kickstand rows. Okay, from there we're going to go to our low plank position, which means your forearms are going to be on the ground, and we're going to do a plank shuffle. So we're going to lift and drop our forearms on the ground. Your knees do not bend. That's the key to this. It's really going to burn your quads up, so you want to make sure your pelvis is tilted forward and your knees don't bend. So how do you progress forward? You I call it doggy paddle through your ankles. Okay, so as I lift and place the forearm, okay, that foot is pushing forward. So I'm lifting and placing my right arm, and my right ankle is propelling my body forward. Okay? So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 forward. Lock your plank out. Squeeze your glutes. Make sure your pelvis is tilted forward. Lock your biceps and your lats out. And then we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, forward. Okay? So it's a 4 count forward, 4 count backward. And each time we want to make sure that we flex our legs, our lats, our abs, everything that we can and should in our plank position. So after plank shuffles, we're going to get to our feet. Single leg deadlifts are the exercise. I find a lot of people are just balance challenged. So if you need to get like a foam roller or something that can help you maintain your balance, go ahead and do so. But to get the most out of these, we're going to hinge, just like we do in any deadlift position. You're hinging through the hip. Your upper body gets just about parallel to the ground, and then you come back up. It's really important, in my opinion, to keep this trail leg connected to your torso, okay? So that's where your foam roller, not only for balance, but kind of taking it, pushing your toe into the bottom, pushing your hand into it. That can help you maintain that connection of that airborne leg to the torso. So getting that, I think, is more important than picking up weight and kind of falling around. So we use a foam roller for balance if we need to, but you really want to concentrate on that glute and hamstring connection of this leg that's on the ground. We want to always make sure that we get parallel, and then we lock this glute out, lock this hamstring out, and finish each one with good tension. You can use a bell as well, and you can also use that bell to help find your balance. This opposite side, you don't get as much balance as keeping the bell on the same side of the body. I just find that it balances me out the best. But we want to do our best to get parallel to the ground, shin stays vertical, and we come pop back up. So we'll do that on each side, 30 seconds of good single leg deadlifts. After that, we're going to go to a two-hand start-stop swing. This would be where your heavier bell comes in, and I like the start stops because it really helps you develop a good starting position, a good park, and it just helps you find and practice all the basics of a good two-handed swing. So our feet are set up about hips width, our hips are back, okay? We get our belt angled out in front of us, we pull our shoulders into the sockets, that's super important. Your first move is hiking your belt high into your hips. Our second move is popping our hips into it, okay? So as soon as we leave this position, the work is done. The bell comes up, it floats, meaning it goes up, and that position from the ascension to descension is the float. It comes back high into our hips, okay? And then we're gonna park our bell and restart, okay? So it's one swing at a time. Each time you wanna check your feet, make sure your shoulders are packed. We inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and restart on each one. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, park. And then when you're ready to start your next swing, that's when your inhale starts. So it really helps with all the fundamentals, breathing, and ties everything in together with your swing. So we do a lot of those two-handed start-stop swings. Number 6 and 7 will be combos. So we're gonna do a get up, sit up, alternating pike raise, get up, sit up, the other side. When you're doing a get up, sit up, just like it sounds, we're gonna sit up from the get up technique. So what are we doing here? We're gonna press the bell, and it's really important to keep lat tension and be able to pack your shoulder here, okay? Wrist is nice and straight. If there's any exercise where this is most important, this and pressing, as far as keeping your wrist straight and keeping your punching knuckles on the ceiling. So our first move is pressing the bell out, making sure our lat's nice and tight. Whatever side the bell is on, it's on my left side over here, that left foot is gonna initiate my roll. I'm rolling on to my right lat, okay? I haven't even begun to sit up yet. Your first move is to roll underneath, flex the lats right here, right under the bell. My right palm is positioned off my torso to where I can just push this elbow into the ground and then hop up to my tall seated position. And then the magic in a get up is a slow, controlled return. Okay, so I drop to my elbow here. I'm gonna sweep my palm in, and then I'm gonna go to my deltoid. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to my shoulder blade, and then shoulder blade. So the return is where most of the benefit, or a lot of the benefit in the get up lies. So we focus on the sit up portion of it. So I'm using my heel, roll, press, sit up, nice and tall. I go to my elbow, sweep the palm under. I go to my shoulder, shoulder blade, okay? And then we're gonna put our bell down, arms are overhead, good inhale, exhale, both palms come up, shoulder blades can come off the ground, but most of your low back is pushed into the ground. Inhale, reach out, exhale, push your tailbone and low back into the ground. So breathing is very important on these. Exhale with tension when the leg comes up, inhale, reset when the arms are overhead, okay? So that's exercises number 6 and 7. Number 8, pretty basic, our lunge jumps. We want to keep our torso in the middle of our legs, use your arms, jump, switch, land under control, okay? So we can do this body weight. We can do it with a bell. If you're going to use a bell, I'd crush grip it, and you can use that for a little momentum. Just make sure you stay safe. Don't pop yourself in the chin. Worst case scenario, you can't do these with weight, you can't jump with them, it's fine. Focus on a nice, deep reverse lunge. You can use assistance, you can hold on to a band, anything that'll get you up and out of that lunge jump position. So 30 seconds on your lunge jumps, then we're gonna drop to a mountain climber. Palms are right under your shoulders, lats are engaged. Pelvis is tilted forward, knees come up, foot doesn't touch, goes right back into position. So make sure we bring our knees as high as we can. And this is a walking, we can sprint with it, it's fine. Just try not to get your butt above your shoulders and try not to move back and forth, okay? So we want to lock everything out in the upper body with those. Last exercise, you can tell I'm getting out of breath. It's going to be a push-up. So we're going to go from mountain climber to push-up. Hands line up right under your shoulders. Spread your palms out, inhale in, lift your hips, exhale up and out. Okay, so we want to get on our toes with these. We want to push the whole floor away. Inhale, exhale. And if you want an extra push on them, extra little burn, get a little hip lift, and try to make it more plyo style, and that'll give you more of a burn. But that's our workout routine for today. Always get a good mobility warm up in, always stretch out, always focus on moving well, using weight you can control. Ask me any questions. Enjoy.